I bought a Zhiyun crane about a year ago, and I think it's about time I do a review. Now I know a lot of people don't spend this much time doing a review, but I want to make sure it lasts and survives me. So I didn't even check to see if they still even sell these. Most likely they do though. But I would say it's definitely held up really fine. I've got to do a few modifications to get it to work, but it's become a daily user thing. A tool that I use for almost every video. Well, okay, maybe not every video. I've kind of gotten a bit lazy and gone back to the tripod. But anytime that I'm walking around and I can have time to put the camera on this, then I definitely go with it. So, I don't use it for a big camera such as on the box. Instead, I use it for a small Canon G7X. I believe that's the name. And because of that, there's not enough weight on the front. So I have this hinge that I use as a counterbalance, and that makes it pretty balanced. I one time had this out in a hailstorm and a really bad rainstorm, and it got soaking wet, and it kind of kept working, but I just turned it off, and I didn't want to test my luck. So I put it into a vacuum chamber. I sublimated, and I boiled off all of the water in it, and it's worked fine ever since. So I'm not sure if it would have held up okay on its own, so perhaps putting it in the vacuum chamber helped a lot, but oh well. I think adding a strap is a good idea. I just taped it to here with some gaffer's tape. Now unfortunately, just this May, I lost the little bolt for it. So I just have a 1/4-20 bolt that I use for hooking the camera on, and that just goes in through there. But I'm gonna go check their website to see if I can order another one, because the one that I had, that I lost, had a really nice knurled edge like this right here. Just so nice. You can see that the edges are a bit scuffed up because I've been taking these on explorations in the woods and whatnot, and every time I set them down it scuffs things up a little bit. But I gotta say, this is not as bad as I thought it would be after a year of putting up with me. Because like I kind of just toss this thing on a pile of bricks and stuff like that, and like really hard surfaces and really abrasive surfaces, and the anodized metal, or I guess it's anodized, really has kept its color quite well. So yeah, I have to say this is a pretty good product, and I actually recommend this. I never really recommend Chinese products, but this is like the first one that I do. You know, because China has a problem where I think their culture just doesn't appreciate and doesn't really value quality. And, I mean, that is one problem with having a communist government, because that kind of taints everything. Whereas, like the Japanese, there is a very strong culture of getting a high quality thing is always better. And the same with Switzerland and everything. It's a real shame that China has seemed to be content with mediocrity and just turning out shit. But it's nice to see that at least with this, China's doing a good job. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And I think that was a good purchase. At least for me, it's been very useful. And I think I can get this to work on a couple other cameras. Let's see. Now I know this camera is a still camera and it's not meant to be on there, but let's just see if it works on that. A little bit. It's not the happiest. It seems like it, well, the battery's a bit dead because I've been using it a bit much, but it seems to work okay with that. It seems to handle the weight issues okay. Yeah, the battery's dead, unfortunately. So I think it'd be nice if they included a counterweight of some sort to work with cameras like these that don't have a lot of weight out the front. Because there just isn't enough. There needs to be an option to move this out further. They really kind of dropped the ball on that. Like, these slots need to go further, and it'd be so much better. Let's see how it handles a horribly unbalanced camera. Wow, it actually does that. Look at that! It actually does handle the unbalancing until the battery dies. Never mind. So I find it very strange that it comes with its own box. I've never actually used it before, so maybe I'll find some other use for it. Doesn't seem like it's very necessary because it seems to survive out on its own quite fine. I might cut into these a bit, but this part's in the way then too, so it's just a bit weird, you know. Just a bit of a strange device. But overall, I found it very usable, very reliable, and the battery lasts a long time. Actually lasts me weeks. You know, another tangent. It might be interesting to get one of these cameras, the Canon FT-QLs from the 1960s, and convert it to being a digital video. It'd be kind of interesting. Because I kind of do like how this looks. On top of that, it does look quite snazzy. Well, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on the Zhiyun crane. If you can get a crane, or if you can get a gimbal for cheaper, then I recommend it. But if they're still kind of in the like $800 range, then I definitely recommend this. Maybe I paid $600. I'm not sure. Either way, I think I'm very happy with my purchase, and I'm very happy with the design of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya!